Of course they do it on a Monday.
We'll be conducting a test of the life safety system. I repeat, we'll be conducting a test of the life
It works, gang. You did it. Good job.
How's it going, everybody? This is
Lady A. You're watching Billboard News. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. I run to you, baby, but a memory, I can't love you back.
I'm very, very stoked about the new single. It's so cool. Tell me a little bit about what went into writing this.
Well, this one, it's actually a really cool story. So we write 80% of our own music. And then we learned early on in our career that you never say no to a great song, whether we write it or not. And so this was one that a really good friend of ours and co-writer, her name's Emily Wise Band, sent this song to Charles.
So I called her up and I said, hey, let's find an hour. I want to come over, you play Hillary, I'll play me. And, and let's see if this fits before I even send to them.
For sure.
Sometimes I just like to save some time and just see if something is even in the realm of our world, and it just felt so much like us. And the minute I sent it to the gang, they were like, oh wow. I mean, we've had a handful of songs, like most of the music, like that from us, we've written, like Need You Now, Run to You, but American Honey was one that we didn't write that.
Nothing sweeter than summertime in American Honey.
Sometimes you get songs that you feel, you're like, y'all wrote this for us.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it sounds so much like your guys' much earlier work. It sounds a lot like the Need You Now era, and I mean that in like the greatest way possible. The vocal is so powerful on the track. How intentional was that, wanting to like go back to the roots of where you guys started with this song?
Well, I really think it is a part of just where we are right now as a band and with the tour that we've been on. You know, the Request Line tour, the whole concept of this tour and this music is really wanting to give the fans what they want. They send us DMs, they call in and leave us voicemails of songs they want us to play live. We really want to give our fans what they want to hear from us. And they're the songs that we love to sing together. So it really kind of works out. Hello? Oh. Okay. They want to hear Like a Lady.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go.
We got that.
'Cause I feel like a lady.
I'm really glad that you brought up the Request Line tour, because I'm obsessed with this concept. I think it is such a smart way to get your fans like involved in the music that you're doing. When did you guys like come up with that idea?
Sometime last year we did a couple small shows, and we love to be spontaneous, and if we're in a room like a theater, I mean, you can have people, shout stuff in the audience and just do something off the cuff. And we kind of started going, what if we tried to organize that a little bit better? So we have people send in requests. We get up every morning, have a full Dropbox of voicemails and messages on Instagram that our team helped organize so we can get them in the right city. And then we just build the set list from scratch based on requests. And then when we do the song, we find them in the audience and try to connect with them and have a moment. I think it's so neat to connect with people when you actually get to see
We
them
learned
in
some
person.
little tricks too that we're going to start bringing the audience in and having those connections. Like, I think we'll continue to do that the rest of our career.
Some of the most powerful moments to have been, because they don't get a heads up that their voicemail's getting played. So we've had one show in particular where the person was not there, so that was interesting. Brutal. It was like, Jason, where are you? And it was like
in the bathroom.
Crickets. Maybe he'd gone to the bathroom. The majority of them, it's been, you hear just this kind of and then we find them in the room, and then it's just this really sweet moment. Some of the songs have been hilarious requests, like we got a request to do a Sugarland song, and so we made a joke, like, are you at the right show? Because we're on Sugarland.
I think they were confused. I literally think she thought that we had that song.
But then we also have these heartfelt, this song met me at one of the hardest moments in my life. Can you please play this song? We'll bring them up sometimes, give them a hug. We had a bachelorette dance on stage with me singing Shania Twain. It's been very fun. You never know what you're gonna get.
I was gonna say, are there any particular requests you guys have gotten that have made even you just kind of go like,
well,
I'm sorry, what?
We did come up with a pretty funny thing. Dave had this idea. We started getting all these really crazy requests.
A lot of Taylor Swift.
Bop, like just random stuff.
Ooh, and you guys would have been
You could
so
tell
good.
people were just trying to kind of be funny or whatever. And so Dave had this idea. He was starting to play Boys of Summer on the piano, and we realized that over Boys of Summer you can sing almost any song, the chords of Boys of Summer. started doing this little idea some of the nights where we would sing requests from other artists in one section, but it was all
over those chords.
chords.
That's so smart. I think they literally call it the 4 chords song.
Yes.
Yes.
You can just get as many.
You can,
Yeah,
anything.
you
Yeah.
can, yeah.
That's so cool. I love that. Well, now that Love You Back is coming out now, it is such an interesting time for it to be happening because there is this sort of renaissance that's going on in country music. I feel like it's gotten so much more popular with so many more fans over the last couple of years. What do you guys attribute this sudden rise to popularity of the genre?
First and foremost, I think it's just the blend of all the different influences. I really, truly do. I think we grew up in the playlist area. You know, you make a
was called a
mixtape.
mixtape.
Yes. Yes. Now it's the playlist. but
I
it was the
remember,
mixtape.
yes.
And so I grew up loving everything. And so I feel like when we started our band, it was like a little bit of the Eagles meets Fleetwood Mac meets the Chicks meets Rascal Flatts. It was just everything kind of coming together into this sound, and I really think that it's, you know, it's probably a little bit more approachable, but I also just think people are making great music. At the end of the day, it's songwriting, it's a storytelling, and there's really authentic storytelling. It's not just about, you know, a hooky melody or something like that, but there's room for everything, man. I just think that's the beauty of it.
And the fans really want to know you in country music. I mean, I think about the albums that jump out to me that have connected in really big ways. I mean, Carly Pearce, 29. She was bearing it all in her story of what was going on with her life, and that really resonates with people. When you are brave enough to be vulnerable in plain sight, that is poured into your music. I think that is where real connection happens.
All I know is in the end it wasn't what he did, no, it was what he didn't do.
Charles, I also wanted to congratulate you. You recently celebrated 1 year of sobriety.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I'm
huge.
getting close to 15 months, and I never thought that I would actually enjoy it. You know, I kind of was like, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to do this for my family. I'm going to do this for my band. I'm going to do it for myself. But I never really thought I would actually, you know, enjoy it like I have. And I think it's the energy you get from, you know, not having crazy nights and all those different things, but just also for me, I think it's kind of led me a lot closer to my spirituality. It's led me to look at myself and what I want more.
Sure.
Like, what am I doing? What am I standing for? What do I want the next 20 years? And I think, you know, sometimes you have to kind of hit that little point of desperation in a way, I think, to find that. And I'm glad I hit it, you know, in my 40s and didn't wait till later on in life.
What kind of difference have you guys noticed in the year since
Yeah.
Charles has been in recovery?
I mean,
A lot, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah,
I mean, the first thing that comes up to me is I was listening to you answer that question. You've always been, you know, so big-hearted. You've always had a big heart and a passion for music and the people you love and loyalty. And now I feel like there's more communication of those feelings.
A lot of daily gratitude of, you know, let's celebrate, enjoy this moment. We don't always have to look for the next thing. What's going to be the next thing we do is, you know, let's be grateful with this music, with this moment, with this show tonight. And he's been fantastic. We're so proud of him.
When other artists, new artists specifically, ask us, like, if you have any advice, you know, what would it be? Because we're 17 years into this now, you know, that's really the unanimous thing we say is just be present. Take each day and take a second or more, as much time as you want to just soak up in gratitude where you are. The good days and the hard days, because they're teaching you something, you know? And so I think that you've definitely been living in.
Thank you.
Well, you actually mentioned you guys are coming up on 17 years in the industry. It's been 15 years since you put out your debut album.
Yeah.
I feel very old hearing that.
Hey, I'm just looking for a good time.
What does that mean for you to have had this longevity in the industry?
I just got goosebumps when you said
Yeah.
that. I mean, we feel it really deeply. We are so grateful. I mean, there are so many times we look at each other over these last 5 years specifically, and we're like, man, we're still here and we love doing this together, and we are still excited about the music and getting it to the fans and performing live. And it hasn't felt that long in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like such a blink, but then at the same time, when we sit down with you and have these conversations and we think about all of these things that we've been a part of and experienced, now for us, it's how do we pay that forward and then also continue to dig in creatively and make art that we're proud of and that connects.
With it being 15 years since your debut album, what are you guys hoping for the next 15 years?
Oh gosh.
Question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said longevity, that's our goal. I mean, we've said
Yeah.
that for years. As a band, we work hard at that. We try to communicate a lot. Like your earlier question, to be there for each other when each other needs us and to support each other as best we can. So to just still be standing and do what we love. I mean, the longevity is the win for us. Another 15 years of getting to do any venue we can. We all know that there's ups and downs in careers, and so there'll be different kinds of places we're playing, different places and styles of music will go, but just to be together I think is going to be the win.
Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you guys for taking time to talk to
Thank
me.
you.
This was so great.
Appreciate it.
Good,
Amazing.
Thank you.